Yes, y'all. Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have opinions or queries you wish to share, we have multiple ways to be reached. The email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. On Twitter, it's at skimpod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
And if you're feeling froggy, go on and jump into our voicemail line at 216-3028-POD. That's 216-302-8763. The show can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and as always at our website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com.
Stays Crunchy.
Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show on your own social media feeds. And if you want to get at us directly, feel free to reach out via our personal Twitter.
Stays.
It's at Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and I'm your host, Tabrail713.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
The Oreo game is to be chose, not sold, though they do sell them on store shelves everywhere. So, I mean, I guess that argument kind of goes right out the window. I believe these were found at Walmart, but we'll get to that. It's Stays Crunchy Milk episode 273, back in the comfy confines of Lunch's basement studios. So your listening situation should be mighty lovely, mighty dulcet, mighty clear, with the exception of my snotty filled nose. My apologies.
Well, we don't know if people enjoy the sound of the waterfall or the chats on the background.
I gotta tell you, I do, but I'm weird that way. It gives it a texture that I like, but also I like these because they're rare, and so it's a good change of pace. Oddly enough,
and I like them because I can show up.
Well, you know, hey, there you go. Oh, hey, that guy's here. I guess I should go around the room.
Do you have to?
It's what I do. I am joined by
me, Anthony Matum.
We're all out here in these streets.
Or READ Fox. Red Fox.
Read a book. Just once though. Right to my immediate left is the homie.
That would be me. My name is Gabe. I have several children. I fathered them myself.
I'm impressed.
But not anymore, right?
No. I shall father no more. Unless,
of course, you get that Antonio Cromartie.
Oh.
Everything just reattached. Literally, I'm looking at that guy sideways. Yeah, we decided he had 3 more kids after he said he had a vasectomy, right?
I've known 2 women who got their tubes tied, and both of them got pregnant afterwards. So
they used the double knot instead of the single.
Yeah, they definitely weren't Boy Scouts, those doctors.
And on my double left is the homie, if you care to introduce himself.
He said, "Nurse, put your finger there."
I thought you were going to say something. I'm a man on a mission right now.
I want to make a bow tie out of this tube.
That's Dan. We call him Lunchbox. He's pretty great.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought you were going to do the whole time.
Is that Gengar?
Yes,
that is Gengar.
Okay. It is Gengar.
I was listening to somebody's podcast recently and noticed that they allow people to introduce themselves, and I was like, "Well, why don't I do that?" I feel like that actually probably is a smarter way of doing things.
It's unnerving.
Well, maybe you should have said that like off mic, like, "Hey, I listened to this podcast. I thought it was pretty cool if you guys introduced yourself."
I like it more natural. I like that it comes off that shit.
That shit came off naturally confused.
God damn it! How do you close it back? It's supposed to be like a button.
Oh, right? Yeah, that's a dangerous ass knife.
I'm over here playing with this ock that your boy Dan got on his table.
Come up with a future headline, but maybe I should retire him after the last one. I've kind of peaked.
What happened with the last one?
Oh no, the Rick Ross one.
Oh, hey man.
Oh, that was. I don't think. Yeah, you can only go down. I mean, I guess you can.
I'll go downhill from here.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Well, for my listeners who might have missed that episode,
our listeners didn't miss that episode.
No, just in case you just getting to this fresh, you know what I'm saying? Because you came across a tweet by another podcast you fuck with on episode 271. Really, was that 271?
I don't know.
Well, on a recent episode, I believe to be 271. The Podfather here prognosticated that Rick Ross was going to come up with a song called Heavy D to the tune of MC Hammer, and I went ahead and edited that and put the music to it toward the end of that episode.
It was a nice surprise at the back end.
That was surprised. I mean, we're not involved in the editing process, so like it's a treat to listen to.
Yeah. So I thought it was a delight to me. Turns out I had that song, which means we have discussed that song before because it was just.
I think it used to be one of my one of the songs for Chesterfield's Dollar Store Trivia.
Because it was in the show's audio folder. I was like, that song is already here because I went to go find the instrumental, but the actual song was right there already in that folder. I was like, we had to talk about this song.
This is God. I'm embarrassed how good my memory is when it comes to certain things. You used MC Hammer at the end of the episode known as Zach Morris, the Rick Ross of Bayside.
Oh yeah,
if that title alone doesn't make you want to say, okay, let's see what's going on with these archives.
By far the most popular episode of the show we've ever done.
Really, more popular than Gerald the Fat Urkel?
Gerald the Fat Urkel is only popular to us because we see him from time to time downtown.
I love that story so much, though.
I mean, you should probably go back and listen to the episode, but it's amazing that that I actually see that guy in real life. I mean, I guess it was real life the whole time.
Besides outside your nightmares?
Oh, it wasn't a nightmare. It wasn't a nightmare. It's just like something really weird. It was like episode of Erie, Indiana, but would come.
I would think that would be like kind of a haunting O-face.
Oh my god. The haunting O-face. I don't know, maybe. We as we do from time to time, and let me clarify a couple of points here. If you want to listen to Rick Ross of the Jack Morris, the Rick Ross of Bayside, and or Gerald the Fat Urkel, you should probably contribute to our Patreon at the $10 or above level, which gives you access to our back catalog of shows. If you don't do that, you can't hear those. They're not on the internet anymore unless I so place them there. Me, and literally me. I'm the one who can do that shit. I have that juice.
Shit out of
I should
luck.
probably make a backup and send it to each and every one of these guys so they have these things as well. Just in case a motherfucker, I don't know. But just in case that now that it's
So I
on
can
my heart
start
and
my
head.
own competitive Patreon where I give it to you for $5 a month.
And then I meet in the middle at $7.50.
Now, as we do from time to time on this show, Oreo provides new Oreos to the stores. Not quite to us yet. We ain't there yet, but one day we find them, we bring them, we eat them, we discuss.
But we did discuss something that we thought would be. I thought it was a good idea. T, I don't know if he was on board yet. So what did you try? He bought some Pringles online.
Yeah, the ramen, the Pringles ramen. Yeah.
So I was saying like maybe Oreo to make it a little bit more exclusive. They should like only online for certain flavors.
Yeah.
Huh.
So Pringles this week through the company that owns Pringles, which I didn't know owned Pringles until this week, Kellogg's. For a moment was selling Thanksgiving dinner Pringles. So basically, a box of Pringles with little mini boxes of Pringles within the box of turkey, dressing, and cranberry flavored Pringles. They call Thanksgiving pack. Sold out like that. Just gone. Bet if I check eBay right now, they're going. And in fact, I'd ask one of y'all to check eBay for right now and tell me how much that's going for.
I'm on airplane mode.
Yeah, but on Wi-Fi, that works. Wi-Fi still works. That's the best part about airplane mode.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's why when you're on a plane, you can use their Wi-Fi. But
Sorry, I haven't flown in many years. Okay, goddamn.
But what Anthony puts forth is Oreo should do that too. Have some limited edition flavors that they hustle put out like midnight one night, and you get them or you got them or you did not. And only reason I don't want that is because we review Oreos on this show, and unless Oreo finally starts hooking us up on a regular, I don't want to have to fight for Oreo. We had to get a couple of different Oreos sent to us.
$110.
Yeah, look at that for them Pringles.
Yep.
Yes, that would be the Oreo game at this point. Like I'm saying, we got root beer float sent to us. We got chicken and not chicken and waffle. Forgive me.
142
waffles and syrup. Syrup. How do you say syrup?
Syrup.
Sear. How'd you say it?
Syrup.
Sir.
You can buy
Syrup.
8 of the Pringles ramen now for $50.
No, the Pringles Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving pack of Pringles. Thanksgiving dinner Pringles.
110, 107, 33, 71, 54. It's an array of prices. I think the highest I've seen before is 150.
Can you check the sold by? What I'm saying, you know how they got the little price that it has actually sold for, as opposed to what people asking for it. People want $110. Bitches, you ain't going to get $110. But who got $110?
Well, I mean, there's one right now that's going to end in 23 minutes. The current bid is $107.77. Has 28 bids on it.
There you go. So that motherfucker going to get his $110. How much you charge for shipping?
$4.80.
Oh, hell no. See? So, but
I usually do free shipping on stuff.
I don't want the Oreo to give it that water because I feel like they take Oreos out. Be taking Oreos out of my baby's mouth. I can't have that. This particular Oreo we're testing this go around is limited edition peppermint bark Oreo. Always made with real cocoa. Get at me, dog. If you have been a long time listener to the show, you know some years back we tested candy cane Oreos. And my thinking was, well, these are going to be very similar. And I was wrong. These are reminiscent of the candy cane Oreos and the fact that there's peppermint involved, but that's about it. The cream is definitely more like the candy peppermint bark that your grandma might make for you every year, which is peppermint bark's like white chocolate with peppermint crushed up in it. I don't know about chocolate at the bottom of it. I don't recall seeing that, but maybe
some do.
Yeah, that's
the actual bark.
Yeah, I only get it from my man Donald Capricorn's wife, which I guess I'll never get that again.
Yeah. Oh shit! This is a cat.
Smoke Dog in the building, joining us on set. I'm like, nah, bro, that's not how we do. That's people over here. He walked away offended, like, how dare you at me, motherfucker?
He's showing off because we got company. If y'all weren't here, he'd be up here in my face, like, meow, let me out, dog, meow.
You stretching like a G.
Well,
I told you should have put that rubber band on. Put your phone on him.
The peppermint bark.
Even in my own house, I get no respect.
The peppermint bark is pretty tasty. One of the better Oreos we've had. I feel like in this year of nonsense ass Oreos.
I don't know. I think my favorite this year still number one contender is caramel corn. No, kettle corn.
Kettle corn. All day, actually. But no, peanut butter pie was my hands down this year. So, but
I want to be different, so I'm going to say the Rocky Road.
Okay.
I can't disagree on peanut butter pie since I bought a pack of those for myself like a month ago.
There you go.
I did buy a pack.
It was the only pack of Oreos I've bought for myself in like a year.
Yeah, same with kettle corn.
So, but these
I think real kettle corn tastes that fucking good.
Yeah, these were delightful. The like I said, the cream is definitely very much reminiscent of the candy peppermint bark as opposed to just tastes like Oreo cream with peppermint in it. Very nice flavor if you just ate the cream by its lonesome. Dry, you know what I'm saying? I tried it like that, a good mix of flavors, and in milk, it was nice too. Across the board,
crunchy in milk.
Across the board, how we test cookies on this show, they met all my personal. They ticked all my personal boxes.
I thought it was refreshing.
Yeah,
and I don't know how I liked it. I think my least favorite form of it was dunked in milk. It didn't really get that. It didn't get really that soft, and I really soaked mine for a while too.
Y'all be saying that, but I feel like you think you need to go faster than you do, and you're not soaking it as long as you think you do. Throw that bitch in there and just don't worry about it for a little bit.
Is there a formula? We got a timer. I got to figure out the time.
Pull up a timer.
Okay, I will bring up a time. We're finally going to settle this once and for all.
We're going to do the science. I just happen to have a little milk left in my cup.
All right, so first, you can't do that now because your milk's been sitting.
So it's warm?
Okay. Like,
well,
usually
the bottle right there, you can refill one of these glasses up.
Still. I mean, you can do it. I'm just saying, like... All
right, I'm going to do... Which one was my glass?
Oh, man. As soon as after you get older, science project.
Cold milk versus cold milk.
This is cold.
I got to throw this cookie in there. You straight with me throwing the cookie in there?
Well, we're gonna.
Y'all both gonna do it.
We're both gonna do it.
Okay. So in theory, your milk is colder than mine. All right.
Yeah.
The white man's ice is colder. All right. One for you.
It gives me.
Wait. Yeah, you got to don't just drop it.
Oh, okay. Let me get the timer.
Hold on. I get the timer out since. So I'm.
All right. There you are.
I'm a 9.
Impartial. Hold on. Don't. No. First of all, you look close to the milk. And pull up a little bit.
It's not a race, man.
It literally is a race.
You ready? Go.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna figure.
So I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna let you know when I pull my shit out. All right.
See, look. His is already going down. That's the colder milk, right?
That's way more milk though. I feel like that's just standard barometric situation or whatever. Not barometric. What is
Well, when I did it before, it didn't suck. Now it's gone.
And that's what I want to avoid, though. Like right when his went right down, like I don't want to have to dig in that bitch to get my cookie out. I don't really want wet fingertips.
Have they made a special utensil? I know.
I told you,
with a spoon or a fork.
Lil put me on with the fork game, and yes, they do have an Oreo dunker. You can buy it on Amazon. All right, most situations I'll probably go for it. So I'm gonna go for mine right now.
I'm gonna go for mine. I have to dig in.
All right,
it's all the way at the bottom.
So y'all, you about 40? You at 44? You at 45?
Let's listen, people.
Oh, okay.
Is yours soft?
Yes, it's very soft.
His isn't very soft.
You can hear me biting, right?
Yeah, that was
So
crisp.
that's not very soft.
So temperature does make a difference.
Oh,
But your milk is colder, so why your cookie softer? It's violating everything we know about physics.
I don't know. Maybe it's just warmer. I don't know why, but I think that does make a difference, though. I don't know what difference it would have made.
All right. Well then,
We have never broken down the cookie game this deep. That lets you know how nice these cookies are. They affected us in a way that we had to discuss the science of them hoes.
that was a much better dunking than before. I'm gonna
But
recommend
see,
dunking.
like T said, I don't disagree with him because I don't know, but maybe like I said with my kid at 7, we could go through this again.
Bruh, I want you to. I so can't wait till y'all do this science fair one day. You've got to do the math.
Because his went down right away.
Yeah.
The science of Oreo cookies.
Yeah.
Fuck with it, because maybe it just matter on the. You know how a bake is. Sometimes, like if you don't get your stir right, just right.
Yeah.
Like that's a baking soda ass a piece of cake you gave that one person, and that person over there swearing the cake was the best cake they ever had in their life. So
this how and when my kid get older, he do a science part. This I'm gonna break it down. We gonna have Oreo cookies. We gonna have an off-brand cookie. Then we gonna have like at different temperatures. Like this one is actually it's cold, like at 32.
what you consider cold for milk?
Then we'll have one room temperature, and then we'll have one actually hot.
Yeah.
This is how I know the school system's bullshit, though. I lied my way through every science project I ever submitted, and I got A's on every single one of them. They never fact-checked me. It was all about just presentation. They wanted to see if you could do the board, because they'd make us buy the 3-fold board so that we could put the different like pieces of paper on it. It was really just like arts and crafts.
So you're saying that the schools have all this time been in league with the
With big paper?
Yeah.
with the big paper,
With-
the board making company.
There was like a business over off Harvard for a while there. I forget what it was called, but it was like they sold school supplies, like the banners that teachers would put in classrooms and that kind of shit. They were the ones selling us the boards.
Big poster board?
Yeah.
Big post.
They didn't care which yeast I thought worked best. They just wanted to sell me a $10 board.
He's spinning around in his chair right now with a cigar in his mouth, laughing.
Yeah, when I applied for this for a weekend job, and like the interview was in Akron, and it wasn't an interview; it was all signing your paperwork, doing your tax paperwork, and all that. It was pretty much like, hey, your ass drove all the way out to Akron, you can have a job. So, yeah, I think your theory is right. It's just like, oh, he bought the board, and it's the off-white eggshell one. That one was $9.99.
I fucking lied on.
You get an A+.
The one year.
That plain white one? Oh, that's that.
I remember doing 3 science projects while I was in middle school. The one, it was which yeast works best. Never actually did anything. I just put some yeast in some water, and then I wrote a bunch of lies.
Well, you did that though.
Yeah. The second one.
See, that's the thing. So you say they're lies, but your teacher thought that was your opinion. You did all the work. You downgrade
but I
your
didn't
work.
really do anything. I just set yeast in a bowl, and then I wrote some bullshit about it.
Hold on.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
But I mean, I didn't actually test
That's your
anything.
theory.
I didn't test anything.
Did you not put it in water?
That's all I did.
That's what you're supposed to do. And then after that, that's your opinion.
And then another time, I did one on batteries, and I was like, I told them that I attached the batteries to a light bulb, and then like the different volts of batteries lit up the light bulb with like different luminancy.
Nah, that's different.
Never fucking did it. The third one was which cat food do cats prefer more? Never fucking did it. Me and my buddy just talked about what we fed our respective cats, and then I did a whole
That last one is legitimate. That is what research is. You compared notes.
But my point was, I didn't do anything. I didn't lie.
You didn't lie.
I'm saying
your cat actually liked Frisky.
you compared notes with another researcher. That shit is how science works, dog. I'm saying.
But
You downgraded yourself your whole life. You could have been a fucking scientist and working in a lab.
But I doctored the results.
Okay, I'm saying y'all came to terms. My cat eat Friskies. Oh, your cat eat Alley Cat. They like that shit. They seem to. What about your cat? They seem to. Y'all came to consensus. And what was it? What did you say? What was the breakdown?
But we didn't present them many options. There was only one food per group.
Okay.
Of course they're gonna eat it. It's all they had.
It doesn't matter. Just like when somebody like, usually when you do like a small batch, it's like it's A and B, not A, B, C, D, and E.
Yeah.
Those are the other people.
But I didn't give them B. My cat only had A.
And his
boy had B.
His cat B. And there you go. That's it. I'm serious.
But how am I supposed to present an argument of which cat food the cat likes best if the cat only gets one of the foods?
I don't know. I'm kind of with Lunch on this one. Where's the control cat?
You only need a
I did
control.
half the process.
You only need a control cat if that's what you were aiming for. You were testing out 2 different cat foods. If you had like if you wanted to test out.
See, this is why though in my life that when as an adult I'm lazy with shit, because my whole academic career I didn't have to actually follow through on anything all the way to the end.
See,
it all either came too easy or they all believed my bullshit. Because I did the same thing on research papers. I plagiarized the shit out of a lot of that shit and I just didn't cite the sources that I stole the shit from, or I made it all up the day before.
See, that's the thing though. Where if as a person who wanted to be a teacher growing up, some kid bring in, I get my 15th volcano for the day, and this one motherfucker like, so I had 2 different cat foods, and I'm like, that's a fucking A. I see 14 different volcanoes already. And then another little kid like, I get this dude made a tornado in a jar, and this one kid brought me a yeast. Of course I'm giving you a fucking A. I got 15 fucking tornadoes in a jar that you put your G.I. Joes in, like you swirling around. I've seen enough of those. This dude gets the A.
They all, man, when we were kids, those fucking attachments where you hook up the 2-liter bottles.
Yeah, the tornado.
Those were all the rage. That was the major selling thing at the Science Center.
Oh my god!
So I gotta disagree with you guys. That's probably why you got an A, is because like, yeah, you didn't put like 100% effort in, but at the same time, you did something probably vastly different than everybody else did. Who else
The
is
funny
like?
thing about it too was even with science projects, I finished them bitches the night before they were due.
Everybody
I
did.
never did anything well in advance.
Yet again, I'll go back to what I was saying. Everybody else is like, okay, you done with that marinara jar? Let me tighten this bitch up. I can put some red food coloring in it. And yet again, this little dude's got some yeast right here. I haven't seen that all year.
I remember when I did the one for the yeast. I remember my grandmother watching Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy while I laid on the floor in the living room stapling the papers to the board while she yelled at me for doing everything the last minute.
Well,
I ended up fucking putting a staple through my finger because I wasn't paying attention, and I punched. Like, I went to do the paper to the board, went right into my pinky.
And yet again, I say, as a teacher, this dude got bloody fingers and everything.
I'm gonna give the teacher cosign. As I recently just did my daughter's parent teacher conference. And I'm sitting with her math teacher, who was also Xander's math teacher, so he remembers me. And he's like,
Not the one you had beef with?
No, Mr. Sheevy. No, that was his math teacher the next year. That's the lady math teacher. This is Mr. Sheevy. Respect due. I might beep your name. I don't know. But
Sheevy.
He's like, we had a math test. I gave everybody the opportunity to come back in after class, after school, whatever, and fix their mistakes for extra credit. He goes, I got 79 math students in this school. Only person who came back to do this test was your daughter. And he goes, and that kind of work right there, that kind of effort, it pays off, and this is why your grade is so good. It's like you may not be, you know what I'm saying, you are not doing like super math quite yet, but you are learning it, and when you don't get it right, you come back and try to figure out how you did it wrong. He was super pumped that she just came through. Sometimes it's just coming through. And you was coming through, man. And I tell you, it's like
That's the key to life is sometimes just showing up.
Yeah, it's like they may not have respected your science per se, because, it was non-existent, but you came through. And a lot of motherfuckers just don't. And I think that shit matters, man.
I think it was my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Milwaukee.
We've spoken of before.
So
You've been a
you don't
long
have to
time
do
listening
that.
to this show.
Yeah.
No.
This dude.
If that motherfucker live, it'd be whatever.
I hope he might.
Well,
be.
God bless.
Yeah. I never
Was he
forget.
Asian?
What'd you say?
Was he Asian?
No, he was a white guy.
Okay. And I was only asking because all the Asian teachers I ever had,
Still
they
alive?
were always like super healthy. Like the one like teacher I had in college, he was like talking about how he walked every day with his wife because it helped keep him young and everything.
Oh.
So I don't know, ancient Chinese secret.
Mr. Milwaukee, he kind of looked like Chris Farley, but like older. So he probably isn't alive. Anywho, I never forget. He was talking to me. He was just like, Anthony, you have like all the potential in the world, but
you black?
yeah, yeah. He was
This American. Don't catch me.
He was kind
It was
of
a
like
joke. Don't get mad at me. I love him.
he was like saying like it's kids that try like you don't like. I see that you don't try hard enough, and I would rather give the grade to somebody who tries harder than somebody who it comes easy to.
Yeah.
I was just like, no, I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Did he just like affirmative action grade you?
No, he was just like, I know you're not trying as hard as you can, but it was another kid in my class named Willie. He's like Willie.
Oh, so you were the smart one.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, it was bullshit. It was just like, it comes easy to you.
Well, LeBron, your points don't don't count as much as like Carmelo.
You only get a half a
Anthony's.
point for doing that fucking
Well,
360.
they shouldn't now because he can't fucking make up his mind on where he wants to be.
He did. He was in L.A.
Where's his heart?
His heart, L.A. with his kids and his wife.
Man, fuck them.
Oh, come on. Little LeBron gonna dunk on your kids.
He got our championship, and little LeBron's
I
gonna
know,
play
I'm fucking
for the
kidding.
Cavs,
Damn.
right?
Anyway,
I'm not bitter about it. I'm just fucking kidding.
this is the longest peppermint bark
cookies.
Oreo
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
ever have. Let me tell you something. I'm getting bitches
Man, fuck them cookies.
4 stars. I respect them.
I thought we was doing, was that 4
It's out of 5. That's
We
1
didn't even
5.
make it all the way around. I didn't.
All right.
He started it off.
I gave them
And
hoes
then we
4
got
out of
here,
5.
and then I didn't say shit about him. I
We
talked
don't-
about science
That
projects.
is true. We usually don't give the stars out until like everyone goes around and talks about their cookie experience.
Okay, Gabe, you go. Talk
I
about
did.
the
I
cookies.
talked about my cookie experience.
That's how we ended up with the Dunkin'.
and
the
then we
dunk-off.
talked about science.
Oh,
The LeBron dunk off.
Besides
That's the official name since Lunch Talking Shit. The LeBron Oreo dunk off.
Look,
the first annual.
I
Yeah.
kept my mouth shut on the subject for like 5
have
months.
it.
For 5 months.
The little-
I wish
We gonna
that
let
name
you
Hold on,
would
wait. The episode I literally just put up last week. Though, so last week's episode, the episode before this episode you hear is literally Box breaking down scientifically LeBron James' fucking game out of LA on the court. So good. And I said this shit when I posted the show, without a lick of hate in his voice. He just broke the motherfucker's game down, and you sitting there, you're like, he ain't never lied. And say, so, no, you've not kept your mouth shut. You talk about this shit. You say talk about it in any kind of manner that would be considered disrespectful.
That's what I meant. What I meant was I wasn't being negative about it.
Yeah, I don't
But
think
this
you be.
time you is. You said, fuck
Yeah,
this-
but I did it jokingly. I don't really care.
Okay. But do you care about these cookies?
Those cookies were fucking fantastic. I care a lot about them bitches.
What's your stars?
I care enough about them that were like, if I were to upset them, I come groveling back.
Baby, come back. Oh.
I like.
Like I like these cookies so much that it's like when I think about them, Ashanti's Foolish plays in my head.
I seen some pictures of her the other day.
Looking good,
Ain't nothing foolish about that.
right?
All right. So if you were to give it a number rating, wait. No, apparently I jumped the gun on that. And how do you feel about these cookies, bro?
I give it a Ashanti. She don't got that much talent, but she good.
She does. She excels with what she's got.
I swear it was a bikini pic. You seen a little bit of puss, right? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. You see a puss.
Here's some pull.
Yeah.
Not quite ussy,
Yeah.
but some pull was right there.
It's like 2 little hairs sticking out the side.
It wasn't no hair. It wasn't no hair down there.
Oh my God.
But I give them a 3.5.
Scorched the earth.
They were good. I'm not a big fan of like peppermint bark,
Yeah.
except for Don Capogoins' wife is.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were good. I don't know if I would eat them again, but I ate them this time.
I could see you getting sick of them after a while. I forgot to say that.
Yeah, right after I had 2. I was sick of it.
I could like, well,
You
yeah,
never seem to want to go deep into any of the stuff, though.
Who, me?
You're like a nibbler.
well, I could kill a whole special size, limited edition size of like the peanut butter Oreo. You have to remind me like you're eating too many of those.
I did that in a weekend, and I felt terrible about it.
But these, I'm like, okay, that's enough. I'm gonna shelve these.
I feel differently. I loved them.
I love them too.
4.5 all day. Like,
I'm saying,
I smashed these bitches. Like peanut butter pie for me is like a 4.9. These are like a 4.5. They were like, you got the mint, but it wasn't like overpowering like it was with like the ones last year or whatever. Like these are smooth. These were Carlos Santana.
Now, are these snowflakes or are these
These were
sparkles?
Rob Thomas's dulcet tones
Sparkles and snowflakes.
over the guitar of Carlos Santana. It was so smooth.
I very much enjoyed them. I gave them 4 because I'm touchy about my Oreo reviews. Y'all know this. It's only a few that peaked the game up, and that is
right.
of course Fruity Crisp.
Since I'm just a nibbler, I guess I'll give it a 3.75 just for lunch.
I will give them 4 1/4.
Maybe I should just give them before because we've been talking about these shits for almost an hour.
See, their
4
conversation
1/4 is a
starter.
good score. I just
No, it's
again,
not.
if
Hold
I
on,
give them a
baby.
5, they don't have any room to improve.
Fucking manager.
Scum will be right back after these messages.
You ever see a product on the shelf and wonder how was that? Well, you have to wonder no more, because we at Skim will bring you
We tried.
no longer do you have to say, was that soda good? Because
We tried it for you.
you ever see those brand new fries at Taco Bell and then think, I won't waste my time.
Damn, those were delicious.
Those were damn good. What about that naked chicken chalupa, the new spicier edition? We tried it.
How was it?
It was pretty good.
I was curious, and I haven't had it.
I enjoyed it. If you're looking for some entertainment,
The way that only we can provide, who else out there do you know that can compare Oreos to bad sex? No one, that's who.
nobody's. Like Keith Sweat, nobody, baby.
Who can review you like me?
Nobody.
Who can tell you what we eat?
Nobody. You can find that on our newly established Patreon. You go to Patreon / Stays Crunchy and Milk. And that's Crunchy with a K.
Make sure you throw a .com in there so you don't get lost in the neighborhood.
And now back to Skip.
No room to. Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Man, first time was always my nigga Tatum.
All right, so
man.
my girlfriend,
Hey, sir.
my girlfriend wanted me to talk about this subject,
And
and
about you slut shaming her?
we talked about that already.
Second time.
And I did not
Second
slut
week in
shame
a
her.
row.
I shamed her. Like shame on
The
you.
only reason I said
Shame on the nigga who tried to run game on a nigga. Because that's what y'all trying to do right now.
How you gonna yell me?
I'm not saying he's the young.
only
I'm talking about girlfriend and him.
the only
'cause
reason I brought it up is because
I wasn't here last week, man.
I was
didn't
clearing
talk
out my
about it.
phone screenshots last night, and I ran across the screenshots from the Facebook conversation. That's the only reason I brought it up.
And I brought it up because I'm shaming her.
Oh,
You Game of Thrones shaming her?
Yeah, she did. Anywho,
You made her walk down the side street?
I would never do that.
Shame.
I don't want no.
Shame.
So,
Then she'd be like, motherfucker, it's colder out here.
anywho, we were watching. Well, we weren't watching it. My oldest son was watching Winnie the Pooh, the Hufflump movie. Do you know anything about that?
yes, we've watched it so many times. My
That-
daughter. Did I ever mention on this show? My daughter loves elephants.
Is that the one where, like, they go on, like, an acid trip and there's, like, a
What?
shit ton of heffalumps or whatever that it's, like, some like, horror movie type shit?
Oh no,
That's
was
at the beginning. That's a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, I have seen that.
So,
this is
have
the
you
one.
seen
With,
it?
The Hefflumps, the Woozles, I'm is there, but not got.
wait,
not
are you
clear.
talking about the movie where they?
It's on Netflix.
It's like it talks about racism in the 100-acre wood.
That's why they sound tight. I knew you.
That movie is so fucked up. So fucked up. First of all, like, it starts off like Rabbit's racist ass. It's like, oh, we don't fuck with Huffalumps. They look like this. They got big lips, big noses. Pretty like just like like saying they got horns. They said like he got horns and all this stuff like stuff that elephants don't have. And
if you get them around a female rabbit, they can't control themselves.
Dude, that's why they can't smoke weed in 100 acre woods no more because Hufflepuffs was smoking them and getting all the rabbits women. So yeah, it's
where did they get chicken heads in the 100 acre woods?
Chicken heads. So pretty much it is like a allegory for racism.
It was
because it's like. It was so fucked up. Like, my son is enjoying this shit. It's like, Rue, Kanga's only son,
Little Rue, if you will.
Yeah, goes into the woods, catches a Hufflepuff, and puts like a rope around his neck.
Oh, I never thought about that. Oh my gosh!
And it's like, come on,
he tried to lynch a Hufflepuff.
And he was deputized by Rabbit. In the name of the 100 Acre Woods, I capture you. I'm like, oh my god, that movie is so fucked up.
So this Heffalump movie, can you find the title?
Yeah,
it's the
Heffalump
movie.
It's right on Netflix. My son has watched this shit 30,000 times.
I guess I was just so distracted by how cute the Heffalump was with his little British accent.
Oh yeah,
it's a racial allegory.
Yeah,
man. What's called and Zootopia is that way too, man.
Yes, it is.
Zootopia is very obvious with it though, but I didn't.
Pooh's Hufflepuff movie, which Winnie the Pooh has very little to do with this. It
really is Pooh's movie.
When did that shit come out? Like 96, 97?
2005.
Oh shit! Well then maybe I haven't seen this one because I think there was one like it that came out in the 90s. I remember we had it on VHS.
Oh, this is the one you're talking about is when like I guess when he first meets Tigger tells him like, "Hey man, you got to watch out for these Huffalumps and Woozles. They'll by the way, this movie doesn't address the racism towards Woozles. Are they we're still going to be racist towards Woozles?
I guess it got to be.
Till we get a Woozle movie?
So I know about Heffalumps and Woozles, and apparently that is from a 1968 Walt Disney musical film, Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day. That is the one I know about.
Yes.
Okay. That's the one I know about Heffalumps and Woozles from.
Now this one is
it's from 2005.
You actually meet a Huffalump.
Yeah, Pooh's Huffalump movie.
And it turns out they're not that bad, and they're thinking the same thing about the other side of the 100 Acre Woods. That Rabbit's always yelling at people, and
Rabbit always does yell at people.
You got to watch out for Tigger. And
you do got to watch out for Tigger. He's mad disrespectful.
And they even were afraid of Piglet. Who's afraid of Piglet?
I don't know.
Well,
and he was called Lumpy.
What and did your lady disagree with this, or did she?
Oh no, she totally agreed with it.
Okay, she saw the allegory as well. Okay.
She was just like, "This movie's really messed up," but our son likes it, and it's kind of like
because the Heffalump is really cute.
It is. It's a
well. I mean, like you just said, though, isn't the message at the end that people aren't bad and that everyone should get along?
Everybody sees messages differently. Like, hopefully, like my son, like grows up in an environment of love, and he doesn't see that part of it. But every kid ain't like that. So
you're hoping that he doesn't have to know the first part. He just feels the second part.
Like, how do I put it? Hopefully he just sees it as a whole and knows that, like, you should judge a book by its cover. You should try to be friends with everybody. And don't fuck with rabbits.
Wouldn't that make the movie like? Wouldn't that mean that the movie's doing its job? Because like, in order to learn the lesson, don't you have to know how you got there?
Yeah, just like with your science project. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, like I'm sure it's going over his head right now, but at the same time, like,
I guess like from the beginning of this, I can't tell if like you're angry about the movie or like
I'm not angry about the movie.
I'm not bothered by the rope around.
But I'm bothered by it
around Lumpy's neck. I didn't think about that before.
Oh,
he wasn't trying to lynch him though. He's trying to capture him.
What the fuck? That's how they captured slaves. Damn. I mean, it was just like that shit just fucked me up. Like,
I mean, they're animals though. Like,
They're animals.
Isn't that how you
with,
wrangle an
But they
animal?
don't.
They're animals with human characteristics.
They might be animals. They never treat each other like animals. You know what I'm saying? That is never something that you pick up on.
Doesn't Eeyore have a collar or something?
No. Well,
He might.
does Eeyore have a collar?
I think one of them I thought had a collar.
All of them might have collars, but just like when I'm watching a movie,
Or we're gonna call them choker chains.
it's this book we got. It's called Good Night something, and a dog got a pet cat, and I thought that was fucked up.
Shit, even like Arthur had like a pet dog.
Yeah, that's stupid.
He's
Ain't
an
Arthur a
aardvark.
dog?
No,
He's an
Eeyore.
aardvark.
Eeyore is free. He ain't gonna be out here with no fucking collar on his neck.
Man, what the fuck am I thinking of then? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Pork Chop from Doug. They were the same color.
Maybe.
Oh
I'd
shit!
rather die on my feet.
But I'm bothered by every show that got like animals, like Goofy and Pluto. That's stupid. Mickey Mouse. Why you big as your dog? Your dog's bigger than you. And that's your pet.
Well, some people have Great Danes.
Yeah.
Great Danes are big ass dogs.
There's a couple in this neighborhood that has like mastiffs or whatever, and they're fucking huge.
Let me see that lipstick.
Oh, but this is your
Let me see
show.
what that mouth do.
Oh my god!
Well, this is your show art. This is Lumpy adorable.
I guess it could be my show.
And it's pretty much sound like Peppa Pig's voice.
That really violates my whole. What was the other one? The O face.
Oh shit!
Look at him.
I just showed Tayrell
Dragon.
a picture of Rue dragging Lumpy the Heffalump
With a rope around his neck.
with a rope around his neck.
Is that the real picture or like a dominatrix picture?
No, it's a real picture. He looks too happy to be
They
dragging
both
around.
technically be real pictures.
It's like Harriet Tubman said, she'd freed more if they knew they were slaves.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie's super fucking sad.
Oh my god!
But yeah, they learned. No, I think they learned. Rue learned like. I don't know. I mean, I
I just kind of feel like at the end of the day, why did that have to be why do we have to have hard lessons all the time about shit? Like,
That has been 2018 in concise discussion. Multiple times this year I've said the same thing. I'm fucking so sick of hard lessons. I'm tired of hard being able. When it don't have to be, when it can be as easy as let me just walk you through this shit. Let me really tell you Hov did that, so you don't do that. You don't have to. It's
Yeah.
so sincere, man.
it was something I was listening to. It was like
I guess I'll have to save this picture for when I promote the show.
a wise man will learn from another man's hard lesson. Like, we shouldn't have to, if we're going back to the past, it's to learn from it, not to
The
repeat
thing
it.
about that, though, is sometimes you don't truly understand another person's lesson unless you experience it yourself. Like, you can tell me all about heartache, but I can't truly understand the heartache until I experience heartache for myself.
Okay, but at the same time, like, I mean, I'm not going to say everybody's parents are the same, but that's part of, like I keep on saying to a lot of people, that's part of generational wealth. Like, my son would never have to, like, learn the hard ways. Like, we don't eat canned foods that much because that got too much sodium, too much this, and too much that. We always try to eat fresh as much as possible.
That, and you're an amazing cook.
Thank you. But that's part of, like, learning, like, hey, that's not what we grew up eating. We don't have to worry about that. We could pay 25 extra cents to have fresh food all the time. So that's a lesson that I don't have to beat into his head. It was something that he always had to not have to do that. Mm-hmm. So I do agree with you, but all lessons don't have to be hard. They can be kind and sweet. But everybody does learn differently. So I do see both sides of it, but I can see from growing up, my oldest son is going to be the hard lesson one. And my youngest one's going to be like, okay, Dad, I hear what you're saying. Because right now, I'm like, come here, Emery. Emery, come here. Stop fucking up. And that's it. Anthony's like, oh, but I want to fuck up so bad. I want to fuck up. So, I get it.
Like I said, that's been something I have really it's been on my head and heart this whole year. Especially like I said, as my children have started this new adventure, like high school, middle school. You know what I'm saying? It's so. I have my memories of those times, and they fuck with me and they cloud my vision a lot. Which is why I come and talk to y'all about it on the regular. It's just like because I feel like y'all have insight that I don't, and I lack sometimes. And I've tried to be better about it, but also like I said, I really wish it was easiest, man. If I tell you this, when you just do that, you'll be all right.
Yeah,
but it can't be that way. I know it, but I really, truly, truly wish it could be because, like I said, sometimes, man, we can really just avoid the bullshit if we just worked on it. You know what I'm saying? So this is going down, man.
Yeah, like I said, I just see it now, and I'm glad. Like, hopefully, I can just remain close to my children because Anthony gonna be that heartless little dude. He that's just who he is.
Yeah.
So we'll see how things go, but that movie's a little bit fucked up. If you've seen it, give it a watch. If you don't see it when you watch it, you need to you need to
you might need to assess some things in your life.
Yeah.
Who's Heffalump movie, 2005, available on Netflix right now. Give that a watch and consider when you watch it. Give it a little consideration when you watch it. Maybe watch it twice. Watch it once, you know what I'm saying, just for enjoyment. But then
I'll never be able to watch it again. I'll not be able to watch it again. I'm like, I'll never be able to watch it with the same eyes again. I never thought about that rope around the neck.
The question I have here then is like, I think it was Dr. Seuss has like a short cartoon where I don't remember what the characters in the movie for the short were called.
And pretty much all Dr. Seuss.
But you know where I'm going with this, right? There's the one where they got like the markings on their belly.
The Starbelly
the leeches.
Yeah. So like that, like it's not as graphic as like the rope around the neck, like leash and the Heffalump and all that.
Yeah.
But it's the same sort of like inclusion type of message.
Oddly enough, that is Dr. Seuss learning through the years. You go back to Dr. Seuss's early work, especially when he did a lot of
adult stuff.
He did propaganda art for the government, and sometimes it was very racial. It was very racial and very racist. As Dr. Seuss got older, lived through and looked at the Jim Crow and civil rights era, he kind of got in his head like, this is fucked up, and maybe I can do something about it in my position as a children's writer. Yeah. And that's how he came with that book about the Sneetches.
Yeah, like a lot of his stuff is like allegories about the earth. It's about a lot of different things.
Dude, All the Places You Go is a book a lot of people give to graduates, and I truly feel it's just an amazing piece of oddly enough of literature, if you will, from Dr. Seuss, and I would always recommend people read that book, man. It's some real talk, and people. I want to say he wrote that as a graduation speech at some point, and then they ended up putting it in book form, and it's like, I respect that work. So I get what you're saying, Box Man. But in fact, let's just slide on over to you, man. It's time for some stories about Lunchbox. I read something on Facebook this day, and I was like, "Oh, this I can't wait to hear about." And then who knows? It might not be shit to it, but if you would be so kind.
I mean, yeah, the overall theme isn't as probably as dramatic or anything as you may think.
Yeah.
So I did Pokemon Community Day with a buddy of mine yesterday. He's on my bowling team, and he was also throwing like a game night, bonfire, housewarming type of party at his house. Well, I guess it wouldn't be housewarming because he already did this once, but it was like he has a bunch of pinball machines and arcade games. So not like arcade like Mortal Kombat, but like the old timey like arcade games where it's like you get like a little metal disc and you gotta slide it down the thing, kind of like a bocce ball. Like they have like or a skee ball type of deal.
Yeah.
There's like one where it's like a baseball, like the ball shoots a pinball. You gotta hit with a bat. There's another one where like it's supposed to simulate like a building on fire, and you got to move the little metal ball down the chute and everything. Like, there's one where it's like you're looking through a scope, and there's a tank, and you got to move the tank back and forth to shoot the light down to like the opposing tank and stuff. So it's like some skill games and stuff.
That's cool. That's a very specific hobby. I dig that.
Yeah. Like, well, his brother does it as a business. He has like a shop out somewhere on the west side or whatever.
Okay.
So he'll go, like, he tells me that he goes up to like Canada sometimes and buys games up there and brings them back over the border. He does like trading and stuff.
That built-in 30% discount is too good to pass up on, man.
Exactly. So, he was supposed to do the party last week, but we had like that torrential downpour, and his yard was soaked.
Yeah.
So he couldn't really have anyone over in the yard.
This is the brother who was like, "Did I invite you?" Is that dude?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. So, he plays Pokemon Go as well. So I decided to go do community day with him because he was talking about rolling around Berea, Ohio, and he has like a early '90s Astro van, and I guess he was like linking up with some other people, and I didn't feel like walking around downtown in the cold. I'm basically over that shit now. It's winter's here, and I'm not doing that shit anymore.
It was snowing yesterday morning, y'all.
Yeah,
Bless
like
you.
I just don't feel like walking around downtown in 30-degree weather anymore. I'm over it. So I was like, yeah, I'll roll on with you, especially since I was going to go to his house in the evening anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just hang out with you for this day, and that'll be it. So we did community day, which was successful for me. I caught 12 shiny Cyndaquils, and I got a shiny Shelter that T's upset about.
I'm just jealous, and I can admit to it.
The thing about it, though, was like, there were shelters all over the fucking place.
I kept hitting all them hoes.
Yeah, and it's like we were in the car talking about how it's like never shiny. Just like I'd never get a shiny Swablu. Yeah. I still technically have never gotten a shiny Magikarp. I just got one traded to me, and I feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like you traded me the shiny Roselia.
Yeah.
And I don't feel guilty about it because I don't really care about that so much. It's just like okay, that one's done. But I've been trying to get the shiny Magikarp. So that's why I haven't evolved it yet, because I'm still holding out hope I can find my own.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, we went back to his place, and the party was supposed to start around 8, so I just hung around, like I played some games on my phone, and then I started playing some of the skill games and shit, and then eventually like his brother showed up, and a bunch of people. Now, the only fucking person at this entire party I knew was him. I'd met his brother before, not like I like shook his hand or anything.
Yeah.
But we'd been in the same room before.
Yeah.
Because I used to go to this game shop in Berea, and he has a bunch of pinball games set up in the store.
Yeah.
And they share profits, and they do pinball league there and shit.
Oh, nice.
So I've seen the guy in the store before, so I knew who he was. But like, we've never talked or anything, so the only person at this entire party I know is my buddy who owns the house we were at. So all these people start showing up, like, they're clearly like family members, but like, I'm sitting there. Not a single fucking soul is acknowledging me, talking to me, introducing themselves to me. Not a single person, like, for like the first 45 minutes, attempted to talk to me. And I was sitting there the whole time, like, at the bar, like, because you walk into his house from the side door, and like his house is really unique in that you walk in and it's the first floor, but it's kind of like the basement.
Yeah,
and it opens
split
up.
level.
Yeah, it's a split level. I guess he said it was made to be like a duplex kind of deal. And it opens up and it's like there's a bar right in front of you. He's got all the pinball games lined up around the wall, and then to the right it's like he has a laundry room, and there's like a little kitchen. And he's got like a spiral staircase to go up to the second floor. So, it's weird because like it's so narrow that I had to take it one step at a time. You know, I didn't feel too comfortable going up and down it. Like I only did it once when he showed me the upstairs.
Yeah.
Because he had a bunch of firewood that he gave me. So I got there an hour before community day. We loaded up my trunk and then we rolled around in his van.
Yeah.
So, I'm sitting there and like all these people come. No one's talking to me. So, like, my anxiety starts settling in of, like, my fight or flight type of, like, I don't know anyone here.
Yeah.
I'm super uncomfortable. So, I'm either going to clam up even more and not, like, make eye contact with people, or I'm going to, like, try and just, like, mellow out.
Yeah.
So, he'd made pasta and, like, with his own sauce or whatever, and I was hungry because, like, I'd been with him all day. I hadn't really eaten much. So I grabbed food, and he has a bench from an old KFC. Apparently the people who used to own the house before he bought it had it, and when he bought the house, he asked them to leave it behind. So, like, he just has, like, a KFC restaurant's dining room's booth in his game room.
That's pretty sweet.
So I ended up sitting at it to eat my food, and this was the first and only time that someone talked to me. That some dude sat across from me with his daughter. He was, like, older. His daughter was clearly in high school because she had, like, a Letterman's jacket on with, like, a bowling team patch on it. And he introduced himself to me. I don't remember his fucking name. I remember his daughter's name was Jessica, and I only remember that because I said I have a sister named Jessica, so that's the only reason I remember her name. But then, like, he ate and then he got up and left. Not a single soul talked to me the rest of the time I was there for 3 more hours. So I literally was at this party by myself. Not a single person talked to me for the entire duration of the party, which was 4 to 5 hours. But when I had eaten the food, they had like those tea dispensers, like, you know, the glass canisters. They're on the rack with the little pull nozzle.
Yeah.
They had like an orange one and a purple one. I didn't know what was in it. I was just like, oh, maybe it's punch. And I didn't have a bottle of water or anything. So when I got my pasta, I grabbed a red Solo cup and I filled it with the orange one because I'm like, oh, maybe it's like cider or something. So I'm eating my food and then I take like a sip of it and I'm like, oh shit, that's strong. Like, well, like I'm like, oh, that's clearly got some alcohol in it. I'm like, ugh. I took another sip. I'm like, I don't really like it, but I already took it.
You eating?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm eating my food. I need something to drink. I already have it. I can't put it back, and I don't want to waste it. So I got like halfway through the cup, and I'm like, I didn't want any more, but I was like, fuck it. I don't want it, so I'm just gonna shoot it. So I chugged the whole rest of the cup. That way I can get it down, and that way I feel like I didn't waste it, and it's over with, and it'll do its thing, and it'll be gone.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and because I had no one to talk to, and like I'm not good at pinball, so like most of the games there I didn't even want to play because I suck at them. It left me like very limited in what I could do. So like I was just sitting there playing on my phone, and all of a sudden the alcohol from the cup kicked in, and I fucking felt it. Like I knew instantly that I was drunk.
You ever seen Heffalumps?
Yeah, and my collection of ropes. And my whips. And my balls and chains. No, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh fuck. Because like the reality of, I'm like, oh my god, I'm drunk right now. And it was that kind of drunk where I was getting like the stomach pain.
The pain or the burn?
The pain. Like someone like punched me in the gut.
Oh.
Because like I hadn't eaten much, so the only thing that, and I'll be honest, man, that dinner was super unfulfilling. It was just fucking penny pasta with some like thin tomato sauce on it, like,
okay,
and then a piece of bread. That was all I ate. And I snagged a couple little mini Snickers and some pretzels out of a bowl beforehand.
So you would eat like strip clubs?
Yeah, yeah. He made it from scratch. It tasted good and everything, but like there was no meat in it really, and like the only other thing on the counter was like salad, which salad is fine, but it's like
there was iceberg salad.
Yeah, like the family brought it. It was like in a big tray or whatever.
Yeah. So
my stomach was still kind of like, hey, bro, you just gave us some carbs and some red sauce. Like, where's the substance? And then you just gonna throw alcohol on me. So like it hit hard and it hit quick. So
before that, what was the last time you got a drink?
The night before, I had 2 Sam Adams at dinner.
Okay.
Before that, though, it was like 3 weeks. Yeah, I don't drink that much anymore. Like,
yeah, but that was like a beer. A beer is up like.
Yeah, oh, you mean like alcohol?
Yeah.
Last time I had, I mean, do you count wine?
No, not really.
All right, so then if that's the case,
hard. When's the last time you got some hard liquor, Brady?
Your house.
Oh yeah, we drank that coffee brandy.
Yep.
Okay, so that was
a month ago.
Yeah, September. Beginning of September.
Yeah, it was 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, so I ate sitting in the KFC booth.
Yeah.
When the alcohol hit, I never left the KFC booth. So I sat in the KFC booth with my head, not like my head down on my arm, but like I kind of slouched over and I had my cell phone out and I was playing like my cell phone game. And I just like drooped my head over my cell phone. And in my mind, I was like telling myself like, all right, buddy, you just got to wait this shit out. So like just sit here, play your game. Don't do anything. Don't talk to anybody. Just focus on the game and you'll get through this. Because, like, it wasn't like the red Solo cup, like, with the fat, like, edge, like, people like beer pong and shit in. It was, like, the more normal size cup, but it was still, like, I filled the bitch to the top.
Because you thought it was juice.
I thought it was, like, just cider or something. I didn't know that, like, it had, like, the ratio that they made was clearly favoring the alcohol.
Yeah.
It was more alcohol than it was whatever else was fucking supposed to be.
It's probably some fucking jungle juice.
So, well, like, it took me about 45 minutes to an hour for it to finally kind of, like, level down to where I could get up and function.
Yeah.
So, I got up and I just started, like, because no one was talking to me and I didn't know anybody.
You start fucking dancing?
I just started playing, like, some of the skill games by myself.
Yeah.
And this went on for, like, 2 hours. And it got to the point where, like, I was like, I'm ready to go. Yeah. I'm tired of just standing here by myself, playing these games, not talking to anybody. Like, they're fun and all, but I'm like, I can only play the same 5 games that are, like, 40 years old for so long before, like, I just want to go.
Yeah.
My phone was down to like 30%. I was tired. I was hungry. I was still hungry. And I was
you
like...
called Uber?
No, I drove there.
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't... Like, I waited like a couple hours, like I said, after I drank that shit. So, and I didn't drink anymore. So once I felt okay, I was like, all right. So I went and I was like, hey, buddy. I'm like, yeah, I got kind of drunk off that shit. And he's like, oh, you drank that? And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, man, that was made with Everclear.
Oh.
He was like, it's like 190 proof or some shit like that.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and I was like, no wonder it instantly fucked me up. Yeah, his mom's like, yeah, I can't believe you drank a whole cup. Which was only the second time and the only time somebody talked to me the entire time I was there. So I was like, yeah, buddy, I'm feeling tired. I'm going to get out of here. He's like, all right, thanks for coming. And then I just... got in my car. It was like 11:30, and I drove home, and I came home and went to bed.
That's the hard part about, like, having parties. Like, you want to spend time with every single person, but, like, somebody else is in your house. You got to kind of maintain that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't like he ignored me.
Yeah.
He like, you know, told me to eat. He gave me pumpkin pie while he was cooking. Like... I offered to let me play the one game with them because it was like 6 players, the bocce ball equivalent one or whatever, skee ball one, I mean. So he wasn't like being like a bad friend or a terrible host or anything. It's just I literally didn't know a single other person there, and everyone just looked at me like, who the fuck is this guy? And no one talked to me at all. So I just got to the point where like I was tired of being like a fly on the wall, and I just wanted out of there because the people I do know that were said that were going to be there bailed. Like, Aiden said he was going to go, and then he bailed. He claimed that, like, he lost track of time, but I'm pretty sure it's probably...
Well, he always loses track of time.
Yeah.
He probably really lost track of time.
He probably did, but he also probably was never intending to go. So he bailed. Jack apparently said he was going to come, and he bailed. I guess he went out for another buddy's birthday or something, but I guess he had told Brian that he was going to come, and he didn't. And then this other kid that I knew from playing Magic, he said he was going to come, and he never showed. So the 3 people that I would have been there that I would have known didn't come. So yeah, that was my evening last night.
And on those jars, it's usually like a little chalkboard to write what it is on there.
Well, he had it on the bar.
Yeah.
And so there was no background to it. It was just like a purple looking one, and you could see like some fruit shit floating around in it. So I was just thinking, like, oh, it's like some sort of flavored fruit punch or something.
Because I've been looking at some of those. I'm going to make sure I buy one with the chalkboard on there so that shit don't happen.
I mean, like, so when I wrote it on Facebook, I wrote it because I thought it was, like, a funny little thing. But then, like, my one buddy's like, how could you not know that it had alcohol in it when you tasted it? Like, because the way I wrote it, it made it sound like I didn't realize that I was drinking alcohol. But that's not what I meant. Like, I knew it had alcohol in it after the first taste. Yeah, it was like that. It was like a side-by-side one. But, like, I clearly knew it had alcohol in it after the first sip.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what fucking alcohol.
Yeah.
I just knew that, like, there was alcohol.
This is strong. This could be a bit of vodka. This is strong. It could be a little bit of whatever. Yeah, for life, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be, like, 190 proof Everclear.
I want you to know what my vision was this. And I even told Vanessa as much. I was like, I think he thought it was water, just chugged that shit, and then found out it wasn't. So I couldn't wait to hear the story because, you know, it's clear. And supposedly it's so strong you can't even smell anything off of it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be almost inert in its smell because it's like that kind of chemical situation. So I really thought you poured yourself a glass of water and somebody accidentally grabbed your water. I'd made this whole scenario in my head.
Yeah, and that's when after he said that, I thought maybe that's what people thought, that, like, I chugged an entire bottle of Everclear and couldn't tell after the first sip that it was water.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess it's plausible, like, if, you know, I was already drunk or something, but no, it was literally just, I thought it was just some sort of, like, fruit punch that maybe they put a little alcohol into, and it turns out they put a lot of fucking alcohol into it. And because I was trying, like, because when I was younger, my dad would yell at us about, oh, you opened that can of pop, you got to finish it. I worked too hard to drink this pop. I was like, well, shit, I can't waste this because I took it. So I got to just drink it even though I didn't want it anymore.
Speaking of my girlfriend, shame, you never finished a drink.
Dude, Vanessa's of the type who will buy multiple drinks and then not finish them. So I get your pop's reasoning because I deal with that shit all the time with my lady, man. Be like 6 cups right here. Like, why the hell you have me buy you this expensive ass cup of fucking Starbucks ass coffee that you ain't never gonna drink? Just let me get you the smaller one. Because she always like, give me this one. It's always like the big giant one. If she drinks half of it, I'll be shocked. So your dad was right. So,
I mean, I get it as someone who's older now, and you know, I work my 40 hours a week, and you got bills and shit. Like, I get it. It's wasteful, and it's
it is.
In a way, it's disrespectful to the
it
person who had to work to get the money to buy that.
Damn right,
and I get
is.
it. But goddamn, I didn't want to finish that goddamn drink. But I did it anyway, and I fucking paid the price.
I actually don't agree with that. My children, like all children, can make a fucking can of a beverage last like years because kids can just they're nibblers, if you will, in the beverage world.
Well, I mean, it's that, but it's like it's also like you don't appreciate what it takes to have to get that shit. Like when you're young and the pop just shows up. You're like, oh, sweet, we have pop. And then when it's gone, you're like, oh, shit, we're out. We need to go get more pop. You don't think of the other step beyond that of like, oh, shit, Dad's got to go to work and sit at a desk for 8 hours a day and pay taxes and then get a little bit of money and pay the bills and then go spend $8 on a cube of Pepsi and bring it back.
A cube. Do they still make those?
Yeah, because I watched my buddy carry one to his bedroom this morning.
Okay.
He doesn't put the pop in the fridge. He needs it easy access. He needs to be able to roll over and get his fix.
What does he drink?
I've seen him with Dr. Pepper and I've seen him with Pepsi.
Oh, okay. Not Diet Dr. Pepper?
No, that would be too healthy.
Oh. Okay.
Well, yeah, that was me excited to know what was on and popping with this.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could tell you something crazy like I got drunk and started stripping on the table.
I got fingered at the party.
I want you to know and understand. I mean, maybe you don't understand. Maybe you fully understand it. I, the host of this very show that we do all the time, am a fan of you, and just like to hear you tell a tale from here on out, from time to time.
I have something to add to it, though.
Oh, nigga, go!
So, I was telling you guys about the various games that he had there, and how like they're all older.
Yeah.
So, a lot of them have like that like 80s and 90s style of like artwork on the machines, like they're for the time period. So one of the games that I played a bunch of times while I was there, I actually really enjoyed it, was this baseball game where it has like 4 buttons on the left and it has different pitches on it, like one's fastball, one's a curveball, one's a changeup, and one's a screwball. And it makes it like there's like a baseball field, 4 bases. There's like the pitcher's mound is like this metal tray where the ball, like the metal ball comes out of when you hit the different pitch. It comes out either fast, slow. I think there's like a magnet in there. It makes it curve. And then I don't know how it does the screwball one, but depending on which pitch is how the ball comes out for the bat.
Yeah.
Then on the right side, there's swing, like a swing button. There's try to steal a base button. There's a pinch hit button. What the pinch hit button does is out in the outfield where like the wall would be, there's, I think it was 7 different players that are on these pads. And when you hit the ball, it goes out to the outfield and goes through like one of the players. And depending on what light in front of them is lit up is what the ball is. So like they have out, single, double, triple. I think triples were in the middle. And then there was like a home run right up the middle.
Nice.
So like, but the lights change. So there's not like a pattern to it or anything. It's just like they're constantly changing. So you can't hit the ball to the same player and just keep getting the same thing because it alternates. So the pinch hit button makes it so that it sets it to where like if you hit the ball, you automatically like can get a hit, but you only get like 2 of them per game.
Okay.
So it's like a special like button.
Power up button.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the way the machine I think was made in like 1991, and I was looking at the cartoon caricatures on the machine, and they did it where like they made the umpire blind, so he's got like a cane and he's got like the fucking
Sunglasses.
yeah, the sunglasses like
The blind man glasses.
Yeah. And he's got, I forget what his name was. And then there's like, each outfielder is like a different sort of like ethnicity. So like, there was like a black guy in the corner and he had like dreads. There was like the like white guy with the Tom Selleck mustache. There's like a dude who looked like he was Asian, but he didn't have an Asian name, which I thought was weird. So like, it was all that kind of shit. And then I was looking down in the bottom right, like right at the front of the machine, and I noticed they had a woman drawn there. And then I only saw like 2 other women on the machine. Like there was like in the stands.
Uh-huh.
And I noticed a predominant characteristic of said woman.
Cool. Boobylicious?
Thick like cornbread.
They even drew the nipples onto the cloth. So there was only like 3 women on this machine, and they were all like triple D bra size, and they all had hard drawn nipples.
Well, look at that shirt.
Well, they're excited to be playing the game with America's Pastime.
So I was like, God damn, this machine would not fly in this day and age.
Yeah, I think it probably still would. You still got.
I mean, I'm telling you, dog. Like you looking at it, they literally drew hard nipples on this woman. Her nipples are erect on this caricature.
That's because you draw nipples.
How could that be? You
can't draw flat nipples.
She's outside in a tank top on a hot summer day playing baseball.
Excitement.
It's a hot summer day, hot and steamy.
I mean, she's in like crotch jorts.
I think it works.
Oh my god!
There's your show, RT.
Potentially.
But then notice that the guy she's around, fat, ugly, old white guy.
Oh my god!
He's rich though. That's why her nipples hard.
I love old school arcade side panel art.
I noticed too that the outfield wall actually had advertisements on it. They had Subway and something else that's still around.
That's a relatively recent game. Then that's interesting.
That's what I'm saying. It was 1991. I saw the date on it.
Yeah, the copyright. That's wild. You know the name of it offhand?
Oh fuck. I remember it was like a Tom Williams game. Shit. I could probably piece it together on Google.
You still didn't find us that other thing. You need to focus
No,
on one thing
I
at
can
a
get
time.
that. I have to get that off my tablet. I'm pretty sure I have it bookmarked on my
All right,
tablet.
well, I don't know why you ain't been upstairs yet, all right?
I'll get it to you, dog.
Williams Games. I actually want to see if I can look up that company. Tom Williams stats. Oh, Tom Williams is a statistician apparently. So he was somebody in the realm of baseball. So they named the game after him. That's interesting.
1992 Williams Slugfest Baseball.
Williams Slugfest Baseball.
Slugfest.
But like, yeah, even on the YouTube video, you can see where I took the picture of the woman in the bottom right corner.
Yeah. That's how I could get away with making that the show art because it's a little far away. If I have just a woman busty ass up on the show art, somebody gonna be like, "Hey man, you gotta take that down."
I can see the Subway.
Damn politically correct America.
Yeah, me being respectful of people's feelings. Sorry, that's what I do. I guess fuck me for that, but it's what I do here, people. I'm sorry. Oh my god. But like we always do about this time, man, we discuss the reasoning behind the notion that Asian people invented fried chicken. It's hosted by my man over here, my man Gabe.
We're steel-toe boots.
Or
whatever they do in Trump's America.
Asian people like 5 spices.
Anthony, we need to pull our money together and get this $3,500 X-Men arcade machine.
Oh, the double one? Is that the double one?
Only if they can throw in the Simpsons game.
You guys can go to 8-bit and play these things.
16-bit? Why do you keep trying to deny these people that half of their fucking hits?
That's the second time I've done that. I don't know why I do that.
They haven't earned those other 8 bits.
They do have the Simpsons game there. I don't think they have X-Men, though.
When we get our Brazilian wives, they can buy it for us.
You know, depending on how the situation goes, I don't know if I'd be comfortable being referred to as like the new age Woody Allen.
That's your show title right there. The new age Woody Allen.
You put on the performance, sir.
Okay, I'll try my best. Now you put pressure on me.
Oh my god.
So this conversation's either too late or too early. I'm not sure.
Oscar Mayer. Sorry. I found a picture of the machine. I was trying to remember the other ad. It's Subway and Oscar Mayer.
Meat. All right.
Supposedly, Oscar Mayer.
Disrespect the man, Oscar.
All right. But I never did talk to you, gentlemen, about your Infinity War predictions, if you had any, and if they were right. Now I know I was way off.
Before we go diving deep in this water, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it right now: Infinity War spoilers are probably gonna be abound. You have not watched it yet. Don't listen to this segment of the show, or just listen to it and then go rewatch it and be like, "Oh, that's how they got to there." Because that's why spoilers are kind of dope. Kind of.
Also, like, you probably won't care about this segment if you don't.
If you haven't seen it, it's like 6 months on.
It's been a while.
That is literally 6 months on. Then you ain't.
It's hit DVD.
Yeah, I need to watch it again.
Yeah.
So I was like, I had my predictions about who was going to die, and I got like 2 of them, and they were like the obvious ones. They were like the Golden State Warrior odds of winning the NBA Finals. So that I shouldn't get too much credit for like predicting Loki and Vision. But I had the other people I had. I had Tony dying, but Cap surviving and retiring, and of course I didn't know they were going to break up Infinity War into 2 different movies.
How did you not know that?
No, I mean, not that I. Once they then decided not to call it Infinity War 1 and 2, I'm like, okay, well then they're gonna like do something completely different. Okay, fine. I'm a fool, Tayrell.
Go
Are you happy, sir?
I'm just saying, everybody knew that. How come you're the weirdo?
You know, it's funny because I told you guys I was watching Harry Potter before, like when you came over, and it was right around the part where Dobby takes the knife. And when I'm watching it and like Harry's holding Dobby, in my mind, all I can think of is, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Mr. Potter, I don't feel so good. I had, who else did I have? Like, I had M'Baku dying.
Okay.
M'Baku.
And like I'm like that's why they wanted him. They made him likable, and Black Panther, so you'd feel it when he died in Infinity War.
Did you hear about that scene in particular in Avengers? Basically, the actors recognized and realized that the Russo brothers did not know what they had done in Black Panther because they didn't kick with them on that set. You know what I'm saying? And so they brought that. They brought that back themselves as a unit because they knew what they had done on the set of Black Panther.
So the Russo brothers didn't say like
no. That was them fucking bringing that shit to them and like, oh shit.
I was about to say, how did they not watch Black Panther? And I'm like, oh wait a minute.
They filmed at the same time.
Yeah. So that's like again, your real old EP, the good old Podfather's a fool. A fool, I say.
Or a father of 4 who's a bit too busy to be deep in the realm of pop culture like his homeboy is.
But I was wrong about M'Baku, who survived. And I was one of the guys, and I don't know if a lot of people felt this way. I'm like, they're not killing Black Panther. That's not happening. I even made a joke about it on Twitter.
I mean,
so I was way off. I got 2 easy ones.
Wakanda forever is in your heart, sir.
Yeah, I just thought from the beginning like it didn't make a difference because they're going to bring them all back.
Well, I didn't think they were going to bring them all. They told us they weren't going to bring them all back. I believed them.
Who told us this?
They said that Infinity War deaths were permanent.
Who said that?
Going into the movie, they said deaths going in.
They said deaths were permanent, meaning
who actually died. Now in this instance,
so
there are 3 people in that movie who died.
Yes,
and that is Loki, My man, the Seer, Idris Elba.
Yeah.
What the fuck is my man's name?
Oh, I forgot about
Heimdall.
I forgot about Heimdall. I would have predicted he would die.
And my girl from Guardians.
Gamora.
Vision.
Gamora.
Does that count though? If he's a robot, he's not really a robot.
Vision did that. Is he just took the piece out of his head, and then but
He looks dead to me.
But weren't they like working on making it so that he could survive without it?
Yeah, they were already uploading him to the cloud.
But they didn't complete it.
They didn't tell us if he completed or not. He did kind of just like, I got to go fight. I got to get in this action and shit like that there. So we don't know that.
Okay, so we might get Vision back.
That's how we get Vision back. I feel maybe depleted, maybe not as loving as he was and whatever. But that's how we end up getting Vision back. I feel. Hey, let's flip it to that. How about?
Well, I want to know if you guys, what your predictions were and how far off you were.
I just marked off. I marked off Cap and Tony Stark off the rip. I just really did. I was just like,
oh, so you did the same thing I did?
Yeah, I was just like, cause I know these people are contractually obligated no more. So I just basically like, you marked this dude out. That dude's got dead. I just basically killed off all your majors, which is dumb of me when you think about it. Because come on, and but what it is, I thought you kill off the majors, and then you got your Black Panthers, you got your Captain Marvels, you got all the new class. Basically, you had the class. What does it say about the new class? You know what I'm saying? I figured you just kill off the old, and now that probably happens in the next movie.
Well, I don't think they kill both Cap and Tony. I think one of them dies, one of them retires.
Okay.
Or maybe both of them retire. Wouldn't that be a happy ending?
Yeah, that would be. But you remember the Onslaught comic some years back?
Vaguely. When
Magneto
and Charles Xavier has a baby and it becomes Onslaught.
Something like that, yeah. Like it took
by the way, people, it's nothing like that.
It took all the heroes like entering basically some realm to kill off Onslaught. And I feel like maybe that's how it works in that regard. You know? You take it back to that very comic booky way of like, I have to do this because it's the only way to save everybody else. So Cap and Iron Man and whomever else you want to put in there, say you end up killing off Hawkeye real clean. Because Hawkeye's been missing this whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I don't know if they kill Hawkeye.
They should.
I mean, he literally just missed an entire movie.
I hope he dies. I hope he burns in hell.
I feel like
Hawkeye's one of my wife's favorites.
I feel like they have no use for Jeremy Renner at that point. No disrespect, but
his start hasn't continued to shine brightly.
Yeah. So you send him on this merry way. Yeah, that's the one who said some dirty shit too about Black Widow, right? That he didn't apologize for, but like Chris Evans did apologize for, or whatever.
Okay, well.
No, he basically called Black Widow a slut shaming her. You know what I'm saying? Because she'd been with everybody in the Marvel universe. Basically, what he was basically trying to
in the MCU, or are they talking about the comic book character?
In the MCU.
She didn't sleep with anybody. And I thought that her and Hawkeye were just friends.
Yeah. So,
anyway. Just wanted to get some Hulk dick.
Anywho,
who doesn't?
That is what I'm saying to that. So, it can't come soon enough. I can tell you that motherfucking much. The fact that we still don't get another Marvel movie. So the last one was Ant-Man and the Wasp. That was July, and we don't get another movie until March with Captain Marvel. It's too fucking far. It's too large a gap, and I hope they don't ever do that again. They put those movies too tight together last year, and because they did that, because it was Black Panther February, Black History Month. They did that on purpose. It was April, at the end of April for Avengers, and then it was July for whatever. And I feel like they were too bunched together and too tight together. And so now we have this massive gap before we get back around to it. I'm hyped for Captain Marvel, but like I said, it's going to be so long before we get to it. It's like you kind of slow up your engine you got going. You know what I'm saying, by doing that. So where I would have moved. Black Panther sticks February. Avengers we move to the Ant-Man Day. Ant-Man and Wasp is November, and then we come around to in March. I feel like that's how I would have ran the company. Where I'm the one who ran the company, but they are billionaires, and I am but a humble podcaster. So
stay humble.
Sit down.
You other two gentlemen.
Oh, I said my piece. That I thought that from the little bit I knew from the comic that Nibbler takes the Infinity Gauntlet and bring everybody back. So that was it.
Nebula? The blue girl?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Man, I don't remember
shit.
that book for shit.
I never read the book, so I didn't know a lot of like the grandiose details.
Yeah.
I know that somehow it all gets undone, which now
Yeah.
I know it's Nebula.
Well, that's the thing, though.
They might not. Well,
It might not be Nebula, but
Yeah. I thought for sure going into the movie though that I thought Captain America was going to eat it. I didn't know he was going to make it through this.
He's too much of a hero to not. You feel me? Like, it's not. Wouldn't be the first time this motherfucker
Oh no,
just
it's because
said.
I thought like Chris Evans' contract was up. This was the last movie.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize he was going to make it into one more.
It's like I said. It's not. This is not the. It wouldn't be the first time Cap literally just sacrificed himself without a single sense of give a fuck. He crashed the plane into the fucking ocean to help get rid of the fucking.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he didn't really have a choice. The snap played no favorites. It chose who it chose. I thought because of movie contracts, he was going to be one of the snaps.
Well, no, I'm saying in the next one. That's how I feel like. I feel like that's how you know Cap's going. I feel like it ain't gonna be Cap retiring. It's gonna be Cap like
He's going to sacrifice himself so that they can
for,
win.
yeah, for the greater good. It is who he is.
It is hard to retire these characters. I mean, like that's too much of a like.
It's the problem with people really aging and dying, getting older.
Well, you watch these movies. If you watch these movies in the future, you're gonna keep in the back of your mind like, so this shit's happening, and like Cap's at home just hanging out.
I mean, let's be real. Spider-Man came out on goddamn on Jimmy Kimmel or somebody set in his homecoming suit. We know they're filming Spider-Man Homecoming right now.
You mean Far Away from Home?
The fuck is that shit called? Is that called Far Away from Home? Is that
Homecoming was the name of the first one.
Okay, well, yeah, the new one, dope suit. I don't know what y'all think about that suit, but I like it.
is it black?
It is black, so it's like it look like.
Well, it's black lining with like the Spider-Man red webbing and shit.
Yeah.
So it looks like Miles Morales?
It looks more like Miles' suit than Pete's suit. Yeah, so I'm like, ooh, that's kind of dope.
Well, I think for some reason I think Nebula's gonna like deliver some kind of killing blow to
her father.
Yeah, I think so.
But she's the redeemable character.
Yeah, they've already tried to bring her back around and make you say like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, she was bad in the one movie, but obviously now you know why she was bad.
Yeah. Now, the other thing is, with this whole Guardians 3 situation, those actors are all very upset about the
James Gunn stuff?
James Gunn situation. And I wonder if they have not... I know they're contractually obligated to do things, but I wonder what they will bring to it and how, so forth and so on. Although, she's a British lady, I expect her to be professional. Because I think Brits are professional for some reason. So,
But
she's British?
I think, she is.
She played Amelia Pond in Doctor Who. That's where I first got to know her. Great actress. I really dig her.
She was she was in this chick like in this the selfie sitcom that like lasted only lasted a coffee break.
That was going to be her breakout here in America. Like, America will love her. This show will be great, and it just didn't go nowhere. But then we come around to this, and now she is worldwide. You know what I'm
If
saying?
I'm not mistaken, she's holding out for money. But you can just pay some other Lady Blue.
That's true.
Doing her Jumanji flicks. You know what I'm saying? She out here getting this trill dough.
I mean, they could replace all the actors from Guardians of the Galaxy.
There's a
Step 2.
There's a don't do that to that kind of shit though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I get it. That James Gunn shit was some. It comes off as bullshit, but at the same time, it's not like he didn't say that shit. He did. So I'm saying it's not like you can deny it. Be like, they made this up about him. Like, no, he made all these pedophilic jokes. That shit's not cool. It doesn't fly. And so, yeah, it's like, I get it. You say he changed. He's a different person, but he did say that shit, and that's what they fired him for. They didn't fire him for being changed. They fired his ass because it's like, dude, I fucking keep you doing this on this clock. All it's gonna do is come up every time we talk about this movie. What about your pedophile loving director? It's gonna come up every time they get.
I just think it's like that's something he could apologize for. You got directors
He in
who
fact
are actually
had apologized for it
Yeah.
years before that. He actually had whatever maybe. That's why most people are like, bruh, they knew about this beforehand. This is not new information. It's in fact way old information. It's some bullshit that they let bots on the internet make them think that it had been a while.
They got their money already. They don't give a shit.
Yeah. So
he was a pedophile joker in the first movie.
Yeah.
I need some
And the
pedophile.
second.
Yeah. I need some of the pedophile joke for the third.
Now who?
Because now he went. They hired him to direct a DC movie.
Yeah,
That's why I
Suicide
guess,
Squad.
like in this society, where's the
Gonna change
where
the
does the
pedophile
forgiveness
squad.
come in? Like if someone fucks up and they apologize and years go by, like what's the statute of limitations on that kind of shit? You know?
I mean, I guess it really depends on what you do, but at the same time, it's like there's people out here actually doing questionable shit that they just
write off.
they just let ride.
Woody Allen make movies every goddamn fucking once. He literally makes a movie every year, and has every year since he was that child's father to become go ahead and marry her.
I mean, we on the show have made a lot of like borderline, you know.
We not directing
sex
shit
jokes.
though.
I know, but I'm saying like
I'm gonna apologize quick as fuck. I'm gonna start deleting tweets as soon as I get out of here.
That's a good idea. I should.
Yeah, you should.
shit. I look at Facebook memories just so I can look back at all the stupid shit I used to say.
No, who got what's his name? Who got James Gunn after all this shit? Because wasn't he
Some right wing group who
That's what I thought. Because like he was talking shit about Trump, and like, oh, let's get his ass.
yeah. So
That's kind of bullshit. That bugs me.
They recently, I watched this guy's work, DannyODwyer. He does a YouTube series called No Clip, where he talks about game development. And he said some shit about the alt-right recently, and they went and dug up some tweets from him from like 2010, where he said an off-color joke, and they were like, "Look at this racist DannyODwyer." Now, DannyODwyer is a Black Lives Matter ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He really do be out there fighting a good fight. He's Irish. So I guess could claim to know DannyODwyer a bit in that sense, and I'm like, I can recognize it as a joke, but I can see it quickly being somebody like, I don't recognize this as a joke. So they was trying to get him caught up and emailing or tweeting at the show like, "You're going to support this DannyODwyer?" Not realizing it's DannyODwyer's show. That's like motherfuckers tweeting me about this show. Like, motherfucker, I am the manager.
You support Lunchbox?
Yeah, like, I am the manager, B. It's like
I don't recommend anyone do that right now.
so that's it's a thing that it's a thing they do now. They'll go back and find where you fucked up at and try to drag it out into the open, to the light of day.
Oh,
And
shit.
so
I'm provoking those very same people all the time online. Damn
yeah,
it.
bruh, at some point you gonna hit the wrong one. It's another reason I tell you not to fight them motherfuckers. I just you need to listen to this past week's Reply All podcast. It might change the way you handle business in a lot of things.
Yeah, I would say that like you have a lot to lose, so it might not be worth the fight.
Don't play with fire. That's all me saying.
Don't play with Black Twitter. I know that. They'll find you quick.
I like Black Twitter.
It's the most.
Some of my best friends are Black Twitter.
It's the most delicious of the meats. It has some of the most attractive women.
It's just where you want
I'm
to be.
just saying, you go on Black Twitter and you know you're gonna get some funny shit, and it's gonna be flavorful.
Spiced all the way up. It's real talk, people. Don't be British. Out
Like,
here
it's not
fighting.
gonna be like white Twitter, where it's just like, bland. Everyone says the same shit, and then they do the most stupid shit on it. With Black Twitter, it's all like, it's an experience from the first tweet all the way down to like 20 replies.
That is true. You go through and just read the replies
Yeah.
like, "Mwah. Thank you for all of
Yes,
this."
it's like everyone's got character.
And characters.
Oh my god. White Twitter is just, basically doing what Black Twitter was doing like 6 months
When I
before
read
that.
white Twitter and I read the replies, I feel like every account's fake. Like they're all
Maybe.
bots and all like fucking ghost accounts.
just robots with no pictures.
Or like people who are on their side burner accounts because they don't want to see people like they don't want people who know them knowing what they're really tweeting at.
Yeah. They it'd be too quick, man. They'd be too quick to get that one I saw where this lady was like, she just talked mad shit about black people, and this dude, "Oh really, Roxanne and whatever who works at this store?" She was like, "What are you talking about? Oh, you don't think I know that you work at the dog shack or whatever it is?" He was real quick. So look, okay, maybe I spoke too soon. I'm sorry. It was very good. And like, don't let him come get you, dog. Don't, because it's just like, oh no, like we got hackers too. My sniper just got your sniper. You know what I'm saying? That shit gets real fast, man. That's a whole lot of episode. That's a heaping helping of Stage Crunchy and Milk people. So this is where we slide on out this motherfucker.
We hold the rim of the condom and we slide out.
Don't flush it down the toilet, though.
Why not?
bad for the plumbing.
Here's the deal. You make sure it goes down the toilet, you all right. But you just fuss that bitch and walk away, you don't know what happened.
No, man, I don't want that shit in my plumbing.
It's not.
Yeah, 5 years from now, I gotta hire a plumber and he's snaking out used condoms. Fuck that. Throw that shit in the trash like a man.
You're supposed to wrap it in toilet paper in a ball and throw it in the garbage can.
That's a lot of effort.
Are you telling us how to use condoms?
Bro, when the last time you even looked at a condom? In a condom's general direction.
He uses sheepskin. What are you talking about?
It was a hot day, July 10th, 2004.
Look, my children are beautiful.
Each and every one.
Everybody got beautiful children.
You know what we do.
Oh yeah.
Let's go ahead and play. Let's
Why my Instagram is still not
private.
Not private. My son got a haircut, looking extra beautiful.
I saw it. The fro had to come down because he wouldn't let his mama pick that fro out. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
A slick nigga picking my fucking fro out.
Yeah, he looked just like Webster now.
Here.
He's got all his teeth though, right? He's got all his teeth though, right?
Yeah, more than he should, I think.
Get your bingo sheets out. This is what we're about to play.
His brother can attest to that, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
This is about to play some podcast bingo, so I'm going to ask you to rate, review, subscribe, and share the show. Each and every place you can do just that. I'm going to ask you to, if you are so inclined, come support us on Patreon. It really helps keep the lights on, and I really appreciate if we had more than our current amount. But hey, yo, respect due to our current amount, because you do something special, and I dig that in you. I'm about to make you an episode tomorrow just for you.
A special episode?
I owe her. We tried. So I got.
Oh, we got another We Try coming this week, right?
Yeah.
So
the supplies are on my desk at work.
Oh shit! All the We Try game is on fleek, people. I don't even know about this one.
Well, yeah, I mean, we just were talking about the other day how, like, you know, we haven't done one in a bit, and if they're, you know, contributing, we owe them.
Well,
so we just got to get the regular size, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we good.
So again, you being
man, it was so hard for me to not dip into that shit on Friday. I was looking at that shit around 5:30, and I was like, I can't do it.
Well, we would do it Tuesday then.
Fair enough. We're in these podcast streets, people. I'm telling you, y'all come to Patreon and y'all can check out our show. We Tried. It's amazing. I'm not joking. Box over here hosted. It's been good every time. We have several episodes. I got several in the can. We got several on a couple up on the thing. So I we put up a bunch of art. We put up the show. It's a really fun experience. Well worth it. You get that at the $5 level of support on our Patreon. And get out here and just show us love. Follow us on Twitter. All the links are in the show notes. You can hit us up. I'm gonna try to get you a link to this pinball game and so forth. I am going to probably have that pinball art up as the show art in general. Lots of good shit coming our way, man.
Every time a new edition comes on my playlist on Spotify,
yeah.
I automatically think back to the good old days. You know, hit me up, hit me with the flavor, let me taste you, baby.
See, you could be listening to them classics if you went back to it. So, like I said, just come kick it with us. We out here, man. This time, I'm gonna just tell him. I'm gonna go by everybody's name myself, I guess. Well, no, this time is when I do that. Y'all introduce yourselves. I should have admitted to it on the front.
I feel like though, before we go into the salutations, we owe somebody a thank you and a shout out because it was real special and it made me cry. If I'm being honest.
Oh, would Nick Ju show us love the other day?
That was very nice. Yes.
I wish I could say that I was lying. But I was literally at my desk at work, and I had tears in my eyes.
Nick Ju, you did make somebody cry. Look, it punched me in my gut, and I was like, Jesus Christ, Nick, don't make me cry.
Don't make me cry, Nick.
Nick, who co-hosts, What's the TEA, motherfuckers, respect that.
It's a very funny podcast.
Very amazing podcast with her co-host, Mr. R to the Edgy.
Who doesn't follow me back, but I still like him.
Just wrote a lovely tweet to us on the show about our show and how it makes her feel as a woman, and
like the thing she said like directly to me was something that like it was like when you believe something about yourself, but like you really don't believe it and you're unsure and like you're not sure if you're going the right path, and then someone says something to you and it like just makes you crumble.
Well, thank you for crumbling, Dan.
It was a sweet crumble.
I had to like put my head down at work and like make sure that no one was looking at me because I literally had tears in my eyes. I was like, I can't let them see me like a bitch.
It was like a Dutch apple pie. It was a sweet crumble.
Sprinkle me, man. See, look at that. You could be out here having these experiences and sharing them and so forth. Just listen. Slide on through and give it a go. We do all right out here in these streets.
Yeah, the
we could
internet
always
isn't
do
all
better.
bad.
I truly know that I've made some of the dearest people and friends in my life in these internet streets. People who I have never met and people I have met after many years.
Vanessa Del Rio.
It's pretty dope. Heather Hunter came to my mind the other day, recently enough, and
she always had the weirdest breast to me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I'm looking her up.
So I went and looked to try to find what she's doing now. She takes photos. She is available for you to look at on she's on Twitter. I forgot. I think she might just be at Heather Hunter, but she's a photographer now.
Good for her.
Good for her.
It's a pretty common name. How do I distinguish her from other Heather Hunter?
By those nipples without areolas.
Is it weird that I follow April O'Neil on Instagram, but I don't ever actually watch any of her porn?
No.
She makes some of the one.
She seems artistic. It's interesting.
She writes and directs a good deal of that of the Wood Rocket parody porn. They are working right now on a Red Dead Redemption 2 parody porn.
I've seen.
And she's got a growler. Why does that make everyone uncomfortable?
Anyway, that's the homeboy Tatum 216.
He's got a growler.
That's Lunchbox 2099.
Not crying right now.
That is at the real ODP on Twitter. Talk to him so he is not talking to fucking right wing Twitter. Keep him away from that shit.
We need to get him more into Black Twitter.
Take an intervention.
It's more flavorful.
I'm not gonna fight with them.
Yeah,
that's the point.
This was really taken care of relatively easily, sir. Please don't. I am the Internet Hero 713. You have just been podcast soon. I know you loved it.
Gabe, do what the fuck you wanna do.
Peace.
Dad, what happened to you? You used to be blue.